Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we will be discussing on one of the most asked interview question, that is how to calculate the difference between the current row and the previous row salary. So before jumping to the solution, so let's just understand the problem statement. So we do have one employee table. Select star from employee. Okay, so this one is a table. Okay, and in this table, so there is a salary column, employee ID, first name, manager ID, as well as the salary column. So what we want, so we want the difference between the current row and the previous row salary. So for example, for the row 2, what is the current salary? It is 80,000. And what will be the previous row salary? It will be 70,000. And what we want the difference between the current row and the previous row salary, means 80,000 minus 70,000, which will be 10,000. Now what will be our first step? So can we just find out the previous row salary first? Okay, to find the previous row salary, so what we can use? We can use a lag function, correct? We can use a lag as a window analytic function. Okay, now select salary, select. Okay, so what we can do, we can also take the employee ID comma salary comma lag. So we can apply lag on the salary column over then we can do the order by employee ID. So what it means, order by employee ID? So first what we are telling to SQL, that just first order it with respect to the employee ID and then apply the lag function over there. First what you should do, you should first order with respect to the employee ID and then you can apply the lag function. Okay, so we can give the alias to this particular column as previous row salary, okay, from this particular table. Okay, so let's just find out the salary and the previous row salary. So for the first salary it will always be null. Okay, then for 80,000 it is 70,000. Okay, the previous row salary is 70,000. For 75 it will be 80,000. Okay, it is 80,000. Then for 60,000 it is 75,000. Okay, so for all the current salary it will take a previous row salary. Now to find the difference between both, okay, to find the difference between the salary and the previous row salary, so can we just subtract the previous row salary from the salary column? Okay, can we do that? Okay, so what we can do over here, we can add one more column. That is salary minus, and we can take this particular column, correct? We can take this particular column, salary minus previous row salary, and can we give it as a name? As difference in salary. Okay, will that work? So let's just try to execute this query. So here what we got, so we got the output. Okay, means for 70,000, okay, so 70,000, so the previous row salary was null, and whenever we are subtracting null from the 70,000, we will always get a null. Okay, because it will be considering as a null as a unknown. For 80,000, so previous row salary was 70,000, correct? So we got a difference as 10,000. Okay, for 70,000 the previous row salary was 80,000, okay, which is greater, so therefore we got it in a negative. Okay, in negative, so it's minus 5,000. For 60,000 it is 75,000, so it is minus 15,000. So in this way, so by using the window analytic function lag, so we can calculate the difference between the current salary as well as the previous row salary. Okay, hope you understand this problem. Thank you very much.